Hey guys, in this video I'm going to give you all 5 different, tips or mindsets in order to get a lot done every day. So I think that for me, I have found that since I am now in college, it's really a question of whether or not I want to get things done every day or not, because I can choose to just do days off and take some days to do as much homework as possible, but I would like to avoid doing like 9 to 5 or more homework on like a Saturday or something like that. So instead, I like to make sure I'm chipping away at my goals or my assignments every single day, making sure I'm always getting something done. And so my first piece of advice for that is to leverage your energy. You really cannot increase the number of hours in the day, obviously, because it's only 24 and you don't get more than that. But you can, however, multiply your effort. So I found that someone told me this along the way of my education, and it really stuck with me. It's something that I think makes so much sense. Like, really, that's the only thing you can do. All you can do is work harder. And I would also say that in that you should also find ways to accelerate change. So whether that means that you want to study even more for a specific exam because you know that that's going to be the thing that'll push you up to the grade that you want to have, or something along that line, I think that it's really important to keep that in mind every day. And that's really the only thing you can do, because there isn't really some major secret to being productive. I think a lot of the times it's just like you have to force yourself to just start and get your things finished. The second thing that I have is to basically prioritize. You want to make sure that you're keeping the main thing that you are working on as the main thing. I found that if I'm writing a to-do list that looks to be 8 miles long, sometimes that is really, really helpful for me because I can at least have everything down on paper, but then I'll make sure to highlight like maybe 3 different things that I want to absolutely make sure I get done that day, big or small, but make sure you're focusing on the things you want to focus on. And that goes along with like not getting distracted from something that you want to complete. And the third thing that I have for you is for all of my perfectionists out there, all of my people who may label themselves as type A personalities, anyone who just really wants things to go exactly as planned, or maybe really aims to do everything right the first time. I would like to just say that you should remember that perfections will come over time, if they even come, and they will not be immediate. Allow yourself to just begin your task, to just start, and you can always edit or revise later. So making sure that, for me, if I'm ever procrastinating on an essay or writing a narrative, it's often because I just don't want to start my first draft in a really bad way. But that's the thing, it is a first draft, and you can always revise it and you can always edit it later. And honestly, sometimes your best writing just comes from starting and just dumping out all of your thoughts onto paper or Google Docs if you are typing on a laptop like I normally am. And this fourth thing I would like to point out is probably the most simple thing, which is urgency gets things done. And I would recommend making things as urgent as you possibly can be. That doesn't mean wait till 8 p.m. to start an essay that's due at 12 that night, but instead maybe make deadlines for yourself that are earlier than the ones that a teacher or professor gives you. And honestly, I find that I also do better under stress and under pressure, and so I find that when I'm urgent about things, I tend to be the most productive with that. So I try to make sure I'm like recreating that mindset every single day. And the fifth thing that I want to say is to use your time pockets. Do things throughout the day when you're most efficient with your time. So I won't sit at my desk in my dorm room studying like Quizlet vocab words. Instead, I will do that when I'm sitting on the bus on the way back to my dorm building. And when I'm sitting at my desk in my dorm, I'm working on things that I can't do on the go like I can with studying in that way. So I think finding ways to use your time very wisely is going to help you so much. Make sure you're using every bit of free time you have just to get things done throughout the day. So that way when you get back home after, a long day of school or a long day of classes, you can relax and know you've gotten a lot done that day. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I hope you also have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.